Good evening, Natalia. How are you? Natalia, can you hear me?
Hello, Mrs. Tocarrucho. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Very good, very good. How is everything? Your connection is better?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I'm sorry.
That day, no problem. That day, I think I was telling a story, and your connection failed, so everything was in silence. And I thought my story was that bad that everything was in silence, and you went away.
Excuse me.
But we got to know each other with Luis and with Marisol. We spoke like 10 minutes more until you told us that you weren't able to connect yourself.
The last my connection died. Died.
No problem, no problem.
So,
It wasn't your fault.
excuses for the last class. Okay.
Okay.
Today, do you watch Titanic, Natalia?
Yes, yes, I watched Titanic when I was like 11 years old, 11 or 12. Yes, I watched it.
Okay. You can you see my screen, Natalia?
Can I what? I'm sorry.
Can you see my screen, Natalia?
Yes, I can. Well, I'm seeing you. I can't see your screen. I'm seeing you.
Yes. Okay. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Oh my. Oh, what happened with that?
Okay. Yes,
Now,
I'm seeing it. Yes. Do you hear me? Okay.
yes.
Yes, I'm watching two cats. They look like the Titanic. Yes.
That is similar. Movie Titanic.
Yes. Yes. I hear like an echo. Do you hear an echo?
Yes. Now,
You
better?
still better, better. Yes.
Okay.
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 So, what am I supposed to do? Make a story out of the image?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes. Or no,
Okay.
I can say the same story that happened, or shall I make another story about that?
Okay. Improve?
Okay, I can do it. Okay, this is Tom and Elizabeth. Tom and
Okay.
Elizabeth. Tom and Elizabeth were a boyfriend and a girlfriend. There were a couple
Yes.
that 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 haven't been able to go on a date for around 3 months because they were too busy working. So vacation time came, and they decided to go to the Bahamas on a boat trip. So once they were on the ship, they looked to the magnificent view, and Tom said to Elizabeth that he loved her, and he stood with her against the wind, saying how much he loved her. That's
Okay.
it.
Bahamas. A good place.
Bahamas is a place to be.
Yes. Better place. Okay. Now, today we review
Okay.
2 versus 4. Entonces, look at the video and pay attention.
Okay.
Brazilian students asked me this question. Teacher, what do and for in English sentence? I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow. So it's the difference is kind of difficult to explain, but I'll try my you. Okay. What's for you? So this is how this works. You can think of it in this way. We're always as a transfer change for we're always going beneficial or good for the person. Just understand the word benefit, or if you don't understand the word benefit, so to transfer or exchange something, you're going to do it too. If you want to one in a good way, it's going to be. Let's check this out with examples. The first two, these words, these sentences are actually in the past. It cannot matter if in past, present, or future, or any in the tenses. What matters is what is. So let's try this. This lesson, you can either use to or what do you think? I made this lesson. Is this? Yes, it is. So, because it's happening and I'm giving it to you, I'm going to benefit you. It's going to be good. And you're going to use. Okay? Either for her or to actually medical and on to this. So I'm actually so I'm going to use you. Okay? Let's try another one. These sentences I've used the future tense. These sentences. Okay. I'm going to talk for her or to her. When we talk, what do? We exchange or we transfer information. So, I'm going to do you. Next one. I will do that or I will do something to you, for you. So if I do something for you, I'm going to help you. Maybe I will wash the dishes or I will give you a ride to class. Okay? So I would say, I will do something or do that for you. See if you can do this one by yourself. I sing. You. I go. School. What do you think? This grammar is in the simple present tense. So we have past, future, and present tense. So when someone sings, do they do it to exchange something? Or do they do it because it's pleasurable or beneficial or good? Oh, pick that one. Okay, yes. I will sing for you. No, no, I'm not going to sing, sorry. La, that's going to happen. I go for school? No. I go to school. So let's just check out what we're actually transferring and exchanging in these sentences. If you say, I go to school, you're transferring transferring, you are going from one place to another place, going back, woohoo, to make it kind of strange but easier. You're transferring your body. Ooh. I sing for you is a benefit. I will do that for you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to talk to you when we transfer information. So, or you can use exchange. Info is a short form of information. So, to her, I'm giving her beer and transferring beer from my hand to her hands. And I made this lesson to you. So this is to your benefit. In this one, what I'm exchanging is beautiful. Ooh. If you'd like to exchange with me, you can do that. I don't know how, but maybe you can sort it out. If you have any questions or would like to take the quiz,
You create two sentences. One use to and for.
Okay. 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 Um, this orange juice is good for your health.
Yes,
Um, we are supposed to go to your work.
yes. Okay, thank you, Natalia.
Okay.
Today, to talk about the Princess Diana. Okay,
Mhm.
Natalia, organize your
Yes.
ideas. You have 3 minutes for organize your
Okay.
ideas. Talk about the Princess Diana.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Tell me, Natalia.
Okay, Princess Diana was well known because she was the first wife of Prince Charles of Wales. She was well known because she had a big heart. She worked on charity issues. She was well known because she wasn't much like a traditional princess,
Mm,
although everyone loved her. She was well known because of her involvement with AIDS issues, with world problems such as poverty, and she helped out a lot of people. And well, that was not so um, well seen in the how you call it in the kingdom. She died in a car accident
mm,
on August 31st. I'm not too sure the date, but I'm very sure it was on 31st of August because it was one day after my birthday, so that I remember. Princess Diana had two sons, Harry, and I quite don't remember the other name of the other one.
Guillermo.
And well,
Ajá.
basically that she
Guillermo.
is very Guillermo, yeah, William.
William.
That's
Yes, yes.
William. Yes, yes, yes. And she had her death in a car accident. There are a lot of theories about that. Some say that she was killed on purpose, and some say it's just an accident. But basically, that is what they also say. Something around the world, she was the most photographed person in the world until she was alive. So I don't know if that's real or not, but that's something that was said while she was alive.
Okay. Thank you, Natalia.
Okay.
Good evening, Martin. How are you?
Good evening, teacher. Good evening, Natalia.
Hello.
Fine,
Good
thank you.
evening.
Okay. In this activity, you said a one story about the magic. Okay? Okay, Natalia and Martin, you can.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
teacher.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Natalia, are you ready?
Okay, this was a challenging one too. So let's begin. Okay, this is Stacy. Stacy was a girl that used to live with her parents. She was very happy until she went to travel with them and the plane crashed and her parents died at that day. So she began to live with her aunt, and one day she had a strong nightmare remembering the crash of the airplane. And while she was sleeping, she was remembering the days that she was sharing with her parents. Every day she used to have the same nightmare until one day she thought she woke up. And when she stood on her bed, she looked to the wall and she saw a big tunnel that went until her parents. And she wasn't awake. She was just having another nightmare.
Okay,
That's the
thank you.
story.
Good story,
Okay.
Natalia.
Okay.
Martin,
Okay, teacher.
tell me.
Mm, the story is, I call it the other side of the mirror. The other side of the mirror. When night falls, the magic begins. The mirror is a portal to another dimension, another world, where our protagonists access in principle with fear, but with much curiosity of what is on the other side. A fantastic land with mythical characters that lend themselves to adventures of that magical land, a fantasy kingdom, and very much adventures.
Okay, thank you, Martin.
Okay.
Okay, I need a lot of imagination, guys. Okay, the same mechanic. You create a one story with this imagine. Okay, Natalia, Martin, is
Okay,
here?
teacher.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Martin, are you ready?
I think, teacher.
I think.
Mm,
Okay, tell me.
I think so, teacher. Mm, I can see the beginnings of the aviation. Mm, but these beginnings is with the new word about the books.
Yeah.
Mm, I can say the invention of aviation. It compares with the new possibility of flying physically, with the possibility of flying the imagination, with
Imagination.
with the world of books,
Okay.
real and fantastic stories, strange and distant worlds. The limit is the imagination of
Imagination.
imagination,
Imagination.
imagination, yes,
Tion.
John, of
Imagination.
the
Repeat with
ima-
me. Imagination.
imagination,
Yeah. Okay.
authors, of the
Yes.
authors, their words, their characters, mm, enter the mind of the hero of each story with their fears and their histories about about everyone.
Everyone. Okay, Martin. While Natalia returned to class, we watch about the pronouns in America. South versus South. Okay. Oh my god.
Guys, it's Hadar, and today we're going to talk about the vowel pair sell versus sail, as my friend subscriber Dewey Ka asked me to explain. All right, so the versus the A. Sell, sail, get, gate. Now, for some speakers, this is not a big deal. You're probably listening and saying, what's the problem, get versus gate? But for some speakers, and I get you guys, there is no distinction between those two vowels because the A does not exist in your language. So what you tend to do is to shift that A sound into a clean ne sound. And then words like get and gate sound the same. Sell and sail. Okay, they both sound like sell. So look at the difference between the two. The first one is a clean as in red. Get. You drop your jaw, and it's a continuous sound. You're not changing anything from one consonant to another. Let. Men. But then, for the A as in day, you have a shift from one sound to another. It's a different thought. It means that you change the position of the tongue and the mouth as you pronounce the sound. Listen. A, E, E. So it shifts from an E to E. Day. All right? It's not day, day, not one clean sound, but day. It's not sell, sell, but sail. So you want to close your jaw and push your tongue forward as you pronounce the vowel. But, I like those little hacks that can help you pronounce the sound without thinking too much of your tongue. So what I want you to think about is just to add a y sound at the end, as a y as in yes, all right? Think about it. It's not did, it's de, y, right? that's the y sound, and then a T. Date. Date. So it's not sell, but if you're adding a y sound, sale. And yes, you can think about closing your jaw and pushing the tongue forward as well. Pale. Gate. Late. Main versus men. Now, if it feels exaggerated and artificial to you, then first of all, great, because you're probably doing something that is a little different than what you're used to. So that's good. But also remember that it doesn't matter if it's forced. At the beginning, it's going to be forced until you make it your own. So you have to practice it a few more times until you get comfortable with it, and then you don't feel like it's artificial anymore. But also, even if you are pushing a bit, as long as you make a clear distinction between the two words, I think that's better. I think you have, you're not going to be mistaken for, you're not going to be saying one thing and it's going to sound like another word. Okay, so you're going to feel clear and it's going to be more accurate, and you'll tone it down anyway with time. Okay, and of course with practice. So don't worry about it. So let me know in the comments below, how was it? Trying to apply it in real speech.
Okay. Tell me about your story. Natalia.
Hi, I'm sorry. I have connection problems because it's a very stormy day here in Cali. I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
give me 2 minutes, please, because I was without connection and I was trying to connect with my husband's iPhone. I'm with that connection actually. So, 2 minutes, please. I'm sorry.
Okay. Good evening, Luis. How are you?
Good evening. I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Okay. Why, Natalia, with the connection, uh, look at it, one story about the imagine. Okay, Luis,
All right.
organize your ideas, please. Okay, Martin, give me 3 minutes. Okay, Martin.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. We continue with the other activity. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Luis. Are you ready? Luis?
All right. So this is Professor Williams. He used to teach at Harvard University. He used to teach physics, and he would often have to read a lot. So he had a great collection of books. One day, he was inspired, and he wanted to travel around the world. So, see, he created this contraption, which is like a flying bicycle, in which he set off to travel around the world in the usual 80 days. Many people saw him fly by, and he was able to accomplish his dream. Once he got back, he quit teaching at the university, and he dedicated himself to just keep on traveling to different places.
Okay, thank you, Luis. Natalia, are you ready?
Well, let's say yes. Okay, this is Dr. James. Dr. James feels free every time he reads a book. So when he opens a book, it's like a plane for him. He travels different places every time he reads a book. That's about it.
Yes, Natalia?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, Natalia. Natalia, do you have
Yes.
the opportunity to visit the spa?
If I had the opportunity of what? I'm sorry?
Do you have the opportunity to visit the spa?
To visit a spa? Yes, yes. I've been in a spa, yes.
Luis?
No, not exactly. I've never gone to a spa.
Okay. Martin?
No, teacher. Me neither.
Okay. This is amazing. Okay. My dad is. You create a one story. This beautiful cat. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, Luis. Martin, is there restriction?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Just organize your ideas, please. Martin, are you ready?
No yet, teacher. Give me a
Okay,
minute, please.
okay. Luis, are you ready?
I think I'm almost ready. Yeah. So this is Garfield.
Yes.
And so Garfield has had a long day because he went out to the city and he was riding around in trains. And so he walked around New York City for the whole day and he was chasing the dog. And they got into trouble and they had to run away real fast because Garfield was stealing food. So Garfield did not make it home that day and had to spend the night out in the streets with the dog. The next day, his owner finally came to look for Garfield and he found him out in the streets and he was wet because it was raining. So once he got home, Garfield decided he would go to a spa because he felt very, very tense and tired from the day before.
Uh, thank you, Luis. Natalia, are you ready?
Yeah, it's not fair. I was about to speak about Garfield too. Okay, so
Too
um,
bad.
okay, this is another Garfield. This is another Garfield. It's not the same one. Okay, this Garfield, it's the one that we know that's a fat one. Well, he decided to make better choices in his life, and he is a healthier Garfield. So he quit eating lasagna. He's eating clean. He's going to the gym. He's taking yoga classes, and he's eating more vegetables and fruits. And that's why he decided to go to a spa, and he's moisturizing his skin. So that's this Garfield. That's why we see him fit. He's better. He feels better with himself.
Okay, Natalia, thank you. Martin,
Yes, teacher.
tell me.
Mm, this is Mr. Misifu.
Beautiful.
Misifu.
Okay.
Misifu had an exhausting day. His activities on Friday left him exhausted, and fortunately, it's a weekend. Then he can rest and is no more or no less that by sitting his spa. At this time, he has already taken his sauna and relaxed with a few minutes of napping, preparing for a massage with sweet oils and refreshing accent and smells.
Okay, thank you, Martin. Okay, in this activity, critical thinking. You create a one story with associate in your life. Okay? Okay, Natalia, Luis, and Martin, is clear the instruction?
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Going to be
Yes.
like metaphorical, I guess.
Yeah. Please
Purple or blue?
study associate with your life, okay? Take the time, organize your ideas.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Luis, are you ready?
I'm still thinking.
Okay, don't worry.
This one's a bit difficult.
Okay, take the time. Don't worry. Martin, are you ready?
Is some difficult, but I have some ideas. I can see that the start of a new activity or a new project.
Yes.
The sphere is the transport and the beginning of the trip. The sphere reflects the place of departure, has the preparation for that new project. Mm, you can take mm, my experience or my
Your experience,
activities, okay,
your dreams.
for that trip.
Okay,
Mm,
good, Martin.
okay.
Thank you, Martin. Natalia?
Okay. Well, I think that big bubble. It's like the my personal point of view. It's a big bubble that I think most of the humans have, and it's our personal way of thinking. So I think it's very important trying to get out of the bubble and seeing um, from the outside what happens near us, seeing another points of view. That's how I see it. Like taking a look of the situation from a different point of view. I think it's very important for us as human beings to notice how different people think, just in order for us to help others and live in a peaceful community. So I think that big bubble is like our personal point of view.
Okay, Natalia, thank you.
Okay.
Luis?
All right, so well, I was thinking this could be like within your thinking, the sphere could be like a memory in which when you look at it, you could see a memory from your past, something that you really intrigued you, and perhaps you can look at it in a different way, or it plays back and forth within that sphere, because the environment in the picture, it's, I don't know, there's like a philosophical sort of ring to it. I'm not quite sure how to put my finger on it, but to me that's what it looks like, or perhaps a destination, something that we may want. And so as we look into that goal, how we'll think how we can achieve it.
Okay, Luis, thank you. Okay, I can share this video. I consider important one.
I'm going to give you that'll help you prepare and succeed in any important meeting, talk, or interview in English. Have you ever English where you were afraid to talk? You started a sentence but didn't know how to finish it. You felt that you just can't get your point across, or you just kept getting stuck? Now, if you're a non-native speaker and you work and use English on a daily basis, I'm sure that you answered yes to at least one of these questions. And you know what? That doesn't mean that your English sucks or that you're incompetent. It means that you've probably been duplicating patterns from the way you conduct yourself in your native tongue, expecting your English to be there for you like a good old pal. But you know what? English is deceitful. It's not a loyal friend that is going to be there for you no matter what, especially if you take it for granted. You have to acknowledge that preparing for a meeting, talk, or interview in English has to be different than the way you prepare for a meeting in your native tongue. You might not even have to prepare, right? Set yourself up for success and don't underestimate the importance of being over-prepared using the 5 following steps. Before a meeting or interview, write bullet points of the things you'd like to address, and afterwards, say them aloud. Always say them, otherwise it just doesn't stick. And then you wouldn't know where your pronunciation issues are. Now, even if you think that you're pretty confident and clear about what you want to say, do it. What have you got to lose? You've got a lot more to lose if you don't do it. Sometimes the meeting doesn't go as planned. We get annoyed or nervous or get carried away with someone else's agenda, and we forget. This will help you stay focused and prepared. It'll help you find the right words in advance, words that may escape your mind in real time. You know how this
Natalia, can you listen to me? Natalia, Luis.
Yes, I hear you.
Yes.
Okay, give me one moment. What happened with that?
I think it was my mistake. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know I was able to do that. Or is it only Luis that's able to do that?
I thought
I think anybody's able to do it, but the person that's muted is the only one that can unmute themselves.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Luis.
Yeah, I just needed to listen to something else for a few seconds. That's why I tried, but it turned out worse than I thought.
Okay.
Okay. In this activity, you describe the image, please. Luis, Natalia, Martin.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Luis, ready?
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
So in this image, we can see a boat out in the ocean, and there's the sun. I'm not sure if the sun is rising or setting, so I'm not sure if it's facing towards the east or the west. And so I think we could take this metaphorically, like the beginning of a journey or the beginning steps of a goal that you have that you're wanting to reach. And well, like we all know, that takes some work and effort. That's why we have the paddles right there on the boat, because you yourself, you have to paddle along the way to get where you want to go.
Okay. Natalia?
Okay, yes. Much like Luis said, it's although I see the ocean not so clear, at the end of the way, you could see a very shiny and bright point where I could go to. Um, Basically, the boat is how I got to go to my how you say that the word to my destiny. Basically, that.
Okay, Natalia. Martin? Martin?
Right, teacher.
Okay, tell me.
Mm, I call it the fishing of the day. The day begins when going out in the sun, preparing the boat, and go to the sea with fishing poles, looking for the best fishing spot, and bringing home uh, the biggest fish.
Okay. And the life activity for this class. You create the story with this imagine. Okay, Luis, Natalia, and Martin. Clear the instruction?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Luis, ready?
I think so.
Okay, thank you.
So this is Mikey. Mikey's a squirrel and he lives in Central Park in New York City.
Okay.
He's got many other friends, little furry friends. Some of his friends are rats, some are doves, some are dogs and cats. But quite a lonely squirrel in the sense of that he doesn't have any family. So each day he has to go out and he has to collect food for himself. Um, it's quite a lonely life, but he also has a few hobbies. One of his hobbies is acting. And so in this picture, we can see him practicing a dramatic play because he and a few other animals also like to act. So when they get together, and sometimes they even do shows in Central Park in front of the other animals. So this, we can see how dramatic he can be when he acts.
Okay. Natalia.
Okay, this is Mikey the squirrel. This is his morning routine because he's doing yoga classes. So he's stretching and stretching to the sun, and this is what he basically does in the morning. In the morning, he's just stretching out.
No more? Natalia.
No, no more, no more.
Okay, Martin.
I have been thinking too much with those previous images.
Why? No. Okay. Martin.
My story is shorter, teacher. It's
Okay.
small. Yeah, this the name for this character is Rogelio. Rogelio is a prophet, and say, and he say, the end of the world is close. The sky will fall on us. There is no time nor place to save us. Our paradise will end, and everything will be dark.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.